certain events that started just dominoes being set in place, a divorce, you know, work wasn't going that great at a previous job, and then I had a car accident, and then luckily I had heard about Haven for Hope. I actually saw them in the news at one time, and never in my wildest dream would have thought of that I would be seeking their help.
I got a job at one of the big retail establishments around San Antonio. I was their second leading salesman. The day before Christmas in 2009, they came to me and said, Mr. Gillum, you're a little older than our paradigm allows us to be, and we think that we need to separate you from us. And that was a very emotional time, a very difficult time for me. After about 4 months of that, I became totally broke and ended up on the side of First Presbyterian Church, where I slept.
My wife and myself raised our kids. My son was killed, my father died, and my wife died, all in a 3-month period. I went pretty far down the hill, you know. I mean, I ended up out on the street for about 5 years. But where I was going, I wasn't long for the world.
I had been in retail for all of my career, 30 years. But eventually, because of kidney disease and arthritis in my feet and knees and hips, I just got to where I could not work anymore. Lost my vehicle, and then I was evicted, and I had nowhere to go. I had no family, and Haven took me in.
My dad, he's a veteran. He used to serve in the Marines, and when he got out, we found out that he has post-traumatic stress disorder. So it's just, my mom thought that the living conditions weren't really safe for us to be there because of his health, his mental health. So we thought it would be best, my mom thought it would be best just to separate from him. It wasn't enough income for just living in our house, so we were just ending up getting evicted, and we had nowhere else to go.
I got recruited by Texas and became an All-American there. I still have 2 school records there in the indoor and outdoor triple jump. I was the team captain, MVP, just all of that stuff there. And then I got picked up by an agent in 1992, and I ran professionally for Nike. I won 2 U.S. championships and represented the United States in 2 world championships and some other stuff. So it was good. It was a good run. My cousin was a police officer. And he said, you know what, you'd be a really good police officer. I was like, you're nuts. I started thinking about it, and I ended up joining the police department. I got married, had a son. You know, one day I came home and she wasn't there. My baby was gone and all the stuff was gone. And it left a big hole in my spirit, and I filled it with drugs. I turned to crack cocaine. I never tasted alcohol. I never did anything prior to that. I think I was making $127,000 a year, and I pretty much spent 99% of the money on drugs. I found myself here in 2011, September of 2011, at Haven for Hope, without anything except for the stuff in one backpack, and just hopeless.
When I got here now, I was 135 pounds. I had 2 teeth in my mouth. Christian Dental did my teeth. You know, I don't talk like that. When I do smile, I can smile. They take you right to vision in the first couple of weeks if you need to. We're at no charge. And so we go over there. He said, you know, you've got tumors in your eyes and cataracts. And I said, well, I knew I couldn't see, you know, but I didn't know why. And they said, what you need is the surgery to remove the tumors and cataracts. I went in today, my long vision in my left eye is 20/20. And not that I'm handsome or anything, but they say, you look healthy. And that's a compliment, you know, that's really a compliment coming from where I've been the last 5 years.
I went to my mom's hospital room and I was laying on her bed with her, and she was patting my hair, and she said, "You're on that stuff again, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes, Mama, I'm sorry." And I never got the help while she was alive. And when she died, it was just devastated me. And I just didn't really recover from that. I didn't bother looking for work anymore. I just wanted to get high and stay high. A friend of mine suggested that I come here to this treatment program, so I did. And that was August of 2011. I stayed here a year and a half after I finished treatment, which treatment turned out to be such a good experience for me. They loved me until I could love myself again. I get on my knees and I pray every morning now, and when I go to sleep at night, and I do. I thank God throughout the day for my recovery, to be sober. Even when things are going bad, I'm grateful.
I ended up getting into the wellness dorm. In the wellness dorm, I started dealing with the root cause of my addiction, which was, I realized my past sexual abuse. I was abused sexually when I was little. The past pain, traumas, my wife or other issues. And that's when things started really coming around for me.
I went through a number of the classes and counseling, and met with my counselor on a regular basis, and the door of hope seemed to open up a little bit to me. The journey seemed to lighten up a little bit. I am the concierge in the Alamo right now, and I look to those men and what they faced much stronger than any type of little oblivion that I've been in.
I got into some job training classes, how to interview, rewrite my resume, kind of like reinvent myself. So they were able to, you know, bump me up and say, this is what you need to do, and these are the classes you need to take, and this is what I expect out of you. And we met each other halfway, and from there, the rest has been history, so to speak. My job here is I'm the lead accessioner. I have 8 employees under me. I'm really excited about this company. It's a well-paying job. It's gainful employment. It's meaning where I'm able to save money. So I've already signed the deeds and done the deal. I get my own apartment back.
And I'm gonna start coaching, doing what I really, really love, is training new athletes, future athletes. So that's what I'm gonna do.
I applied at UTSA to see if I could get my master's. And then when I became homeless, I never thought I would, I just didn't think about that at all. So Haven took me in. Within 2 months, I got the call from UTSA. They said, okay, you have 40 days to make this application for Master of Fine Arts program. The professor there had requested more drawings. I didn't have any materials. I didn't have even a pencil. Haven helped me get the supplies that I needed. And then they did something that I still can't believe. They said, go into this kitchen. This is your studio. This is your art studio. So I set up, with all my new art supplies, I set up my paper on the walls, and I just started drawing. If it hadn't been for Haven, I wouldn't have been accepted to the program. So. I've been teaching at UTSA. They asked the graduate students to teach, so I've taught 3 classes. That's been fun. I've enjoyed the teaching. I've received good response from the students. I had my first art show in January, and I sold 2 paintings there. And so it looks like people like my paintings. So if I can keep selling paintings, this would be good.
It was hard, even just to think about going to college. And going through that experience, I really didn't believe that I was able to, but I just let that mentality just get out of my head, and I just focused on what's at hand and what my goal is, and I just worked towards that. So they helped pay the deposit for me, which I was so happy and grateful for, because I didn't have the money at the time. So Haven helped pay for the deposit, you know. So today I'm a student at Baylor University. I'm currently a sophomore going to be studying MIS, which is Management Information Systems. My GPA is a 3.5 right now, and hoping it will go up soon, so.
My family, well, I have 3 kids, and they live here with me. I didn't have a good environment around them. They weren't the best family to be around with, and they brought me down a lot. I wasn't able to focus on myself, so I took the chance to get away from them, become a better person, and do it on my own. I got my GED here. I went straight into San Antonio College, and I started work part-time while going to school, so my kids have a better environment. Even though we're here, it's a better environment. What's next? Getting a home, something stable for them already, something stable for myself to get out on my own.
So my kids have been my biggest supporters, and they saw what Haven was doing for me as well. So they were always hanging in there. Even my youngest, my 16-year-old, she was, I think, the biggest cheerleader of all. She was saying, "You'll get through this, Dad, you'll get through this." I said, "Yep, your dad will."
I had 2 cats that I was able to bring with me because Haven has a kennel, which made an enormous difference to me. The kennel is actually critical to some people who come in.
I've had Piggy for the last 10 years. She's been with me through alcoholism and drug addiction, and I don't know what I would have done had I not been able to bring Piggy with me into Haven.
On down the line, just hopefully donate as much as I can, my time, money, energy, anything. I'll invest all I can in Haven because they just help so much in my life and my family's life.
And so I'm grateful for that time here because it has made me so much more grateful for everything that comes my way now. I will never ever take anything for granted again. And I think in my previous life, I took a lot for granted.
Where I am now, I owe it to Haven for Hope. Meaning I'm self-sustaining, got a little pep in my step once again, and it's always a good feeling to have a little money in your pocket. Haven for Hope is for real. When I walked in as a doubting Thomas. I'm walked out as a true believer. It works.
I really want to give back because like I said, when nobody else helped me, this place helped me.
If it wasn't for Haven for Hope and the individuals that work here at Haven for Hope, I wouldn't be here. I'm going to do so much in the future. Nobody ever remembers the score of the first half of the game, but they always remember the final score. And I feel like this is the second half of my game, and I'm going to do so much for so many people. I came here with all I could carry in one backpack, but what I'm leaving with, you couldn't carry in 50 truckloads.